Hi, we're in the Transparency House today at Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week, and we're still here with Bernard Alblas. But this time we're not going to explain anything about what we do. We have a client with the Global Sustainable Enterprise System, a partnership with ZYTEC, and ZYTEC are game changer in rotating equipment. They designed a very, very, very beautiful device, and Bernard's going to explain how it works.
Thank you. I had the honor of interviewing them last year, and basically what they've invented is something that its origin is from the 80s. They developed very strong magnets being used for the industry, and with this solution they've thought of, they are replacing the coupling, like for instance you have in a car or you have in any type of power you need to transfer. The rotating equipment in a lot of industries causes, well, let's say about 80% of the industry's energy goes to rotating equipment. That could be either fans, it could be pumps, it could be any type of industry we're talking about. But the basic interesting part is that this solution makes sure that you transfer the energy from the electromotor we have right here. You have the coupling right here, and here you have the rotating equipment. And to demonstrate it a little bit, my assistant Kelly will show that this is actually the proof that this is a transfer of rotation through one disc to the other. The one has magnets in it and the other is copper. And what it basically does, it enables the power to shift from the engine onto the rotating equipment without having the contact, like Kelly showed us just now. It has a couple of advantages, but to summarize it, it can offer 50% energy reduction in your solutions, and it can also offer 50% savings in maintenance.
Why is that, Bernard?
Well, why is that? Well, first of all, because there's no actual connection, it saves friction. It means that there's no fluid in the coupling, there's no actual teeth that are able to grind, there's no physical damage that can occur.
So it doesn't matter if a boat, for example, if you put it on a boat, is a little bit wibbly?
Well, that's also another advantage, because you're talking about a lot of vibrations that are transferred from the motor, it could be any type of motor, to your rotating system. And because there's not an actual connection physically, the vibrations are fixed to the motor in this case. And if you're talking about vessels, you can place your motor on vibrating blocks, you can place rubber between it so it has less vibrations. And vibrations also, in any case, trigger movement, which trigger damage. So reducing vibrations is also good, but the best part is that there's no actual connection, so that you do have the energy transfer, but you don't have the damage of your maintenance, etc. But a lot of people that are also working in couplings industry or that have knowledge about magnets, they know, well, it's been invented in the 80s, but magnets, they're quite expensive. But you have to consider that, and I also know that you're a great fan of this.
Yes, we are.
Because it reduces the total cost of ownership.
Yeah.
So we're talking about, it might be that you invest a little bit more upfront, but if you evaluate the entire business case, and that's what ZYTEC is very good at, they also go to customers, factories, marine companies, any type of industry.
Yeah, and they're working with a lot of great big companies also, and big institutions, and they're working through a partner network. So ZYTEC is now also looking for partners in the UAE to expand this technology over here. But can you show us how it is working in the current situation if there's no special coupling?
Well, I think you're referring to the energy saving of 50%.
Yes.
Because what you just now did, it's actually the trick what happens a lot. So you have your rotating equipment and you want to supply it with enough movement, but in order to get there, you have the coupling. Now, usually, what they do is they let's say, pinch the output. So you still have the same power going in, you still have the same coupling effect, but you pinch the output.
Yeah.
In some cases, you make sure the engine has a certain optimum at which it performs, so you want to keep it at the same speed, but you want to change the output. What ZYTEC does is they change it on a different side, and that's what you normally, when you have gears or something, like in your car, You don't want to pull the handbrake while pressing the gas. You want to reduce your speed, but you have to stay at that optimum of your engine. So what you see here is that the ball is lowering, whereas the rotation is still the same, but the power requirements are less.
So actually, if you move this forward and backwards, it's go up and down, and you can actually limit your own energy that goes in.
Yeah, and let's say that this is not the typical way that you do it in every circumstance, but this is just to demonstrate that if we bring the discs a little bit closer together, then you can see that the ball is rising a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more.
Yeah, and you also see here the power that it's using, actually. So you're seeing if you're going down, that it's going down, I think.
Yes, that's due to the less resistance from the transfer. And in this case, you see that you don't have to pinch it.
No.
You can actually maintain an optimum for your energy. And what I've heard from ZYTEC, and I think it's a very solid technology, it provides an efficiency rate of 50%.
Yeah.
So it saves a lot of power. And knowing that most of our power goes to industries that have rotating equipment, pumps, etc., this can make a big difference in the global sustainable goals.
Yeah, but also in the industry, actually, because before or after we have Judith van Akkeren from FME, and FME is actually also really into ZYTEC, into this technology, and they gathered 12 technologies like this to actually make the climate agreement of Paris. And I think it's very good because you are a technician, actually, from your own company. Do you see chances in this region for this innovation, actually?
Yes, I think in any case, any industry. So let's keep it very general. Yes, there is an application anywhere, and I think taking this from the side that it's a cost-efficient way of doing business, both on manufacturing, but also on reliability, because you have a more predictable maintenance, you have less maintenance. It increases safety as well. And safety is very important also in the Abu Dhabi region, where you have a lot of traditional oil and gas companies. And safety there is one of the most important topics. So if you have a non-financial incentive, you already have a win there. So I think it's very important that they explore this entrepreneurship in this region. I think it can make a big difference. And also the fact that it saves a lot of energy. If you talk about the entire life cycle, then you mean to look at the total, the OPEX cost instead of the CAPEX. And what I've heard and what's also there on their website, you can visit them at www.zytec.com.
.au, but they have to make a .com if it goes worldwide, of course. But for now, I know from ZYTEC that it's included in marine vessels. So maybe for this region there are a lot of chances. We're talking this afternoon to Irina, so maybe, you never know. Danny van Nielen, Frank Boekels, they're the founders from ZYTEC. You can go to zytec.au to contact them about this technology. Bernard, thank you so much for explaining. You did a great job, better than I could do.
That's up to Frank.
Thank you, yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks.